back live. Thank you for the technical difficulties. I'm cuddling a little bit with our guests right now, even if it's online. And we're going on with the next series. It's All Souls with Gwydion, Tijuana, and Chiara.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Very nice to have you with us. Our first question is, All Souls was selected as the Gold Award winner in the Digital Series category at the 2020 DC Webfest. Now you're nominated at die Seriale. More nominations will come. How does it feel?
It feels terrific. We're really proud of what we've done, and we love that other people are resonating as well.
And Tijuana, Chiara, how does it feel for you as director in Tijuana and lead actress Chiara?
It's wonderful. It's really great that, we've put so much into this series. We've all been working together on All Souls for a few years now. So it's wonderful to finally have audiences watching it and appreciating it.
Yes, great.
Absolutely.
Great that your series is getting the appreciation it deserves. And the second question I have for you is, how did you get to the location of All Souls? Did you shoot it in a real city or in a movie studio? Was it a mix of both?
I'll take that one just because it's a real church in Brooklyn. It's a real Episcopal church run by two females who co-minister together. And I was told it would be incredibly difficult to find a church that would allow us to do this, especially because of the low budget. And I walked into that church and I pitched this very unorthodox idea to these two women, and they were incredibly receptive. And it's actually a church that I walked by to go to the subway every single day. So I was eyeing it for probably about 4 months before I got the nerve to go in and talk to them about this idea. And they loved it, and they thought it was a really important topic to struggle with. So they gave us their beautiful church.
Yeah, they let us use their church for a week, and all the other locations were also favors. There was a bar around the corner that was also around the corner from Chiara's home that she walked in and asked if she could use, and they said yes. We had them for a day. And the apartment scenes were my apartment and Chiara's apartment. We just used every resource we could to try to make it look as professional as possible.
We told the rectors we were filming a series about an atheist rector, and they said, great, we have atheists in our church every Sunday. Doesn't hurt us. You know, we're glad to support you.
Thank you and good luck for All Souls. Our next series is 6mm, 6mm, with Beata Janovic, the director of episode 2, Anna Bratek, music composer, and Mateusz Dnaniecki, director of episode 1. I'm really sorry, I tried to pronounce it.
Hello guys, good to see you all. You did really well with Mateusz Dnaniecki, so don't worry.
So my first question to you is, in the third episode, there is a strong contrast between the beautiful nature and the sad conversation. Why was it implemented like this?
Okay, I'm not sure if Mateusz Dnaniecki is with us, because I saw him somewhere in here.
Matteo?
So I try to answer the question, because that's a really great question. Okay, so the nature is connected to, because the story in the third episode is a real story of Agnieszka and Darek. So the main producer and actress and actor in the third episode. So this nature, which we saw on the third episode, is a real place where they have intimate conversations, like Agnieszka and Darek. So this is for real. And they just thought that maybe this intimate place, would be the best for this really delicate topic, like miscarriages.
Thank you. And the cinematography is especially noticeable in your series. What is the reason for this very, very specific work? Why do you decide, for example, in episode 1, to only show the people in the car from behind?
Okay, so that's definitely a question for Mateusz. Mateusz, where are you? We need you. He was somewhere here. Because that was his episode, so yeah, that was his decision. Mateusz, where are you?
Okay, very sad.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Of course. I'm
Maybe
sorry
next time.
that your series can't get the answer for it, but still, very good luck for the award ceremony.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And our next series is 22 Vinte e Dois, with Plinio Scambora.
Hey, you spell really right my name. That's really good.
Oh, thank you. I tried.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I, for myself, have a very tough name too, so I totally understand you. So my first question to you is, the series includes many pictures from above. What was the intention of it?
Actually, we shot in the beginning of the pandemic, so we wanted to show to everybody a really unknown São Paulo. São Paulo is a really big city, bigger than New York, for example, and we have 12 million of people living here. So can you imagine this city really empty? That's the image that I have from my window. I live in the middle of the center of the downtown São Paulo, and I never saw the city like this. So I thought I really need to show that to the people. So the most part of people that watched the series asked to me, "Hey, how did you do this? Because it's almost impossible to show São Paulo like this, you know."
Yes, hopefully Sao Paulo will fill with people soon and will be as beautiful as ever. And our next question is, probably everyone would not understand a single thing by hearing what has happened since 2020, like Eric. What do you think, how would you have reacted if you would been in Eric's place?
It's funny because when I start to write 22, I start to think in things like this. And I think 1 month ago, I read a news that a person, I don't know where, woke up after 1 year of coma. And I was, what? It's almost like the same. So if I was Eric, I think it would take a time to understand what happened. But as we know Brazil, I would understand pretty well why everything gets so bad, you know. Unfortunately, when I started to write, I thought in the most crazy things I could to be there in the script, because I thought, okay, we need a lot of crazy stuff to the people try to think about our position in the pandemic. But a lot of things that I wrote, think that was crazy, start to happen. A lot of stuff like funerals by Zoom, and people that was dying in any situation, and a lot of people dying, half of million people dying in Brazil. We predict all this stuff in 22. It's pretty sad, and we predict that it would be the worst place to be in the pandemic, and unfortunately we we are passing by this now.
Yes, thank you very much for this very intimate thoughts of you, and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Our next series is Noche de Estrella with Maida Andrenacci and Pedro Levati. Hello, Maida? Pedro, are you with us? Okay, maybe they have technical difficulties. So good luck to Noche de Estrella. Our next series is Movies in Real Life with Nicolás Amelio Ortiz.
Hi, I think Nicolás is not here.
Ah, okay. Then hi to Sergio
But-
Sosa from Flixo.
Yes, I have. Hi.
Hi. So
Hi.
then we'll talk to you. In this year, Die Seriale, you have many productions where you are nominated with. How does it feel? How much work did you put into every single one of these productions?
Well, we're really excited about having some of our productions and co-productions nominated. We're really happy about that. And a lot of work was put into that. Of course, I'm only replying, as part of the production company behind it, but actually the ones who put all the effort are the creative teams. For instance, for Movies in Real Life, Nicolás and Tomás, who was the other guy who made it, they said in the trailer, they always wanted to know more about the locations of their favorite movies, but they went one step beyond that, and they literally hop on a plane and went to LA and really turn every little stone until they could find every single classic movie location, and made an amazing work with actually very little. It's a very small production. There will basically a two-people team, and the result is amazing. We were, he came up to us with the idea, and we loved it and supported him, and we were amazed by the results. So if you're movie fanatics, I really recommend you to take a look at Movies in Real Life.
Thank you. And the productions which you also are nominated with are not only from one country, but there is Argentina, Spain. How did it work out for you during a pandemic year to work international?
Well, first of all, the great result of that was WebFest, actually. Thanks to, with Flixo participating in different WebFests, we got connected with different people, and we're lucky enough to have a co-production with Spain, with Bilbao, and also with Uruguay. And Uruguay. I'm mixing the languages. That happens. And I don't know. It was interesting. It was another way to be able to keep on working during the pandemic, since although we are all experiencing the same situation, restrictions and whatnot are slightly different from one place to another. So we were lucky enough to have this schedule of projects that were starting to work. And we also managed the pandemic by focusing on animation. Actually, we have one animated series produced by Flixo, and the guys from the team are here as well, Bizarre Creatures. And yeah, I don't know if I answered the question, but yes, it was a great experience to, make co-productions with other countries.
You totally did. Would you like to introduce us, the creators, which are with us right now, since you're the expert with your productions and your creators?
Yes, of course. Here we have the guys from Bizarre Creatures. We have Julián, Lucia, Marito, and Rama, and I guess that now it's their turn to take the spotlight.
Hello. So, totally, our next series is Bizarre Creatures. Very pleased to have you with us. So, tell us how Sergio's series are very different, everyone. And how did you find inspiration to make Bizarre Creatures?
Well, I think to answer that question, maybe is going to the point of what Bizarre Creatures actually is. Yes, there is creatures on the main characters are creatures, but Bizarre Creatures is based on society, and I think maybe a couple of years ago we have to explain why society is maybe a little bizarre. But I think we all agree that the last year and a half was bizarre all around the world, and I think the answer is it's all by itself. Bizarre Creatures is based on this bizarre society, and each character represent the archetype of every people that we have in this society.
That's very nice. So it's like life is bizarre, so it's working around life.
Yeah. Every episode in life, I think, is one idea for another episode in our show.
And did you work at your series during the pandemic? And if yes, how did you manage to work on Bizarre Creatures?
Well, yeah, it was very difficult. We worked with Marito and Rama, and even my sister here, Lucia, is the main actress on the show. And we work a lot in other projects. And we have a project that was going on last year. Then the pandemic started, lockdown all around the world, and we had to do another thing. So hopefully, Marito is a great and really, really great animator. So we start talking together. We reunite in a Zoom, and we said, okay, we need to keep working, and animation is a great possibility because I am a VFX artist, so I'm not an animator, but I have knowledge about all that, and Marito is a great animator, and we can reunite actors and actresses that can at least record their voices in their houses. I am a character, Marito, Rama, everyone is acting also in the show, and we record in really bizarre places with blankets and clothes to isolate sound, and it's really a challenge. We have all the script meetings with Marito and Rama and Zoom meetings, and it's bizarre, actually. It's bizarre as the show, but it was weird but a fun experience. And of course, because I love working with all the team, and it's a show, it's a fantastic experience, and we are really happy with the result. Even with this situation, we are truly really happy with the result.
Thank you very much. Good luck for the upcoming award ceremony. This was the first slot of the online red carpet of Die Seriale 2021. Stay tuned. Now we have the videos from all the creators that can be with us live. From example, from New Zealand or South Korea. So stay tuned, watch their short interviews, and at 7 o'clock German time, we'll go on with the second part with even more creators. And yeah, have fun. See you a little later.
The series art direction took inspiration from other series that were involved in a little bit of horror. So whether that's old noir stuff, which isn't much horror, but just the light elements of light and shadow, and then things like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy or The Nightmare Before Christmas, and also just the area of New England and Salem and everything and the history behind that. I was never interested in supernatural topics as a kid. I was very scared of it and avoided it. So going into the story was new territory for me.
Okay, so when we first started out, we wanted to incorporate hip hop into our content. So why hip hop? Hip hop is such a versatile medium for storytelling. And we had an opportunity to do that with Monster Week, with the animation being in black and white. We wanted to kind of combine these dark, atmospheric sounds with some hard-knocking beats. We drew inspiration from early Tyler, the Creator, Gorillaz, The Prodigy for some of the episodes. Just something that was a little bit like on the fringe or like experimental. We would read the screenplays and we would try to line up the music to follow the overall story arc, but also giving each episode its own dynamic because there's a lot going on in the story itself.
So yeah, we're always interested in experimenting with new genres. We're always trying to diversify our library and make different content that appeals to different people. And so we're playing around with like thriller, horror as a genre to see what would work. And Catherine kind of ended up coming up with an interesting take on that kind of genre.
Right, so the story was inspired by my upbringing in New England. I grew up not far from Salem, Massachusetts, so as a kid I heard a lot of stories about what happened, and then that influenced a lot of media. Like I remember watching Hocus Pocus as a kid, which takes place in Salem, and it's about the trial, so a lot of different media was influential in that.
So in terms of the future, I mean, we've thrown around some ideas. We're definitely always open to revisiting our characters.
Yeah, the first season ends with them realizing the portal is open, so
Spoiler.
Something will happen with that.
Hello from Minnesota. My name is Molly Hansen, and I'm the creator of The Cat's Apprentice. And I'm here to answer some interview questions, so let's get into it. You said The Cat's Apprentice was your first film, but you're working on further projects. Can you give us a little teaser of what's coming next? Sure. I am currently working on a webtoons comic of The Cat's Apprentice. It's the origin story of how Theo and Sunny met, and then it'll continue on the journey that they're going to take until it's finished, hopefully. I'm also working on a second film, which rolls us into the next question. Will there be more episodes about Sunny and Theo? There is. I have one in the works right now. It's only going to be a 4-minute long episode, but I have the voice actors coming back and they're really excited, and I'm really excited to keep going. So hopefully next year I will have that film done. What was your biggest challenge in creating the film? It would probably be all like combining 2D with 3D. I did a 3D model, but I had a 2D faces. My inspiration was Legend of Zelda with Toon Link. I really like that aspect and like the whole design of it. So I really struggled with that though, because putting it on a 3D model, you can't just draw on it and animate at the same time. So I had to animate the 2D faces separately and do the lip sync, and then I'd have to import it and see it on the 3D model and see if it matched up. And there were a lot of mistakes and it was a lot of time. You said your film was originally created for class. Did you expect it to be nominated for an award? I did not. I originally just wanted to make it so I could graduate college. But I'm so thankful for being nominated in this film or this film festival, and I've been selected for many more film festivals, and I'm making it around the world, and it's honestly been an amazing journey. So I really just wanted to say thank you, and I hope you enjoy my film, and yeah, see y'all later. Bye.
We are is an absolute pioneer on several levels. We are the first mystery series, or series in general, on Instagram that uses social media not just as a platform, but in its elements. We aired the series last August and October as a live event on over 8 different profiles that we built for this purpose. So via Instagram Live, Instagram Stories, posts, etc., the follower had to puzzle together the plot piece by piece. And it was only at the end that we revealed the fictional character of the series to the viewers. So until then, they thought it was all live and it was all real. And yeah, since April this year, the series has been running in its linear version on Snapchat as Snapchat Show and on IGTV. Yes, the legend of a mystery forest is based on an urban myth, the Brieselanger Licht, which is very well known in the Berlin area. However, I have fictionalized the legend in large parts, but I chose a true urban myth because it was important for me that the viewer has the opportunity to research the myth him or herself. So if you type Lichter, Wald, Berlin, which means lights, forest, Berlin, into Google, you will immediately find the true legend. And that idea behind was that this increases the viewer's feeling that everything that happens is real. No, the profile of an user is completely detached from inspiration from other movies or series, But of course, the element of being observed in a certain situation, but only learning about it afterwards, is something that has obviously been seen many times in horror or mystery films. The profile of unknown user also reinforces the realness character of the plot. So again, the viewer can go to the Instagram profile of unknown user and can see the clips by him or herself.
Kia ora koutou, everyone at Seriale from New Zealand. Thank you very much for having us, the Water series, in your festival. I'm just answering the questions that you've sent through, and the reason for choosing the water theme is that it seems to unite a lot of environmental issues that we have in New Zealand and around the world at the moment. And I think we're perceived as a very clean and green country, and there are some questions, some hard questions that we have to ask and answer in order to stay that way. And your second question, did we decide to be a classical documentary? No, we didn't really. I took a lot of inspiration from the noir detective series, actually, in terms of the grade and the epic sort of drone shots. It was a little bit more moody than you might find if you were looking at other environmental filmmaking that's out there. So we took our cues from, I guess, the fact that it's a serious subject, and we wanted to make sure that it was reflected in the way that it was kind of sobering, I think, in its delivery. And your last question is, how do we hope the series will inspire people? I think, first of all, there needs to be acknowledgement that we've got to change the way that we do things. And secondly, I'd like for the series to continue to inspire people to want to change the problems we have with regards to the climate, sea level rise, fresh water, limiting the nitrates that we put into it, and our relationship with the environment, being part of the environment and being good stewards or guardians for the environment. That's what I hope. And so far the series has been shown in a lot of universities here as part of the lectures that the researchers who were featured in those documentaries are showing to their students. So it does have a life, and I'm hoping that it will continue. Thank you very much for having us.
Hi, my name's Carmen Albano. I'm co-creator of Detention Adventure, and we're super excited that it's part of Seriale. You guys sent some questions. I'm going to try to give some answers. So here we go. Question number one, the episode that took place in the church was obviously, which was obviously haunted, was great. The atmosphere and especially the mirror scenes were very spooky. Are we going to see more of such mysterious and frightening places in further episodes of Detention Adventure? Well, we wanted season 2 to have a bit of a spookier feel. We did do a bit of a horror episode in season 1, but we really wanted to up the scares in season 2. We liked playing with the horror genre, and people seemed really affected by it, and people were actually quite freaked out by the mirror scene with Joy in the basement. We actually had to tone it down after the first edit. Since people like it, I think you can expect to see more scares from Detention Adventure coming up. Question 2, Detention Adventure has also a big reference to history. How did you come up with this idea, and was history your favorite subject in school? We wanted Detention Adventure each season to focus around a different school subject. So season 1 was about science, even though it tied into history as well. Season 2 was more about the history, but also about how it's interpreted and who gets left out and who gets written in. Was history my favorite subject in school? I enjoyed history, but it was not my best class. My best class was recess. Question 3, can you give us a little sneak peek of what's going to happen in the next season? Okay, monsters, gas masks, CPR dummies, and pranks, and more pranks. Anyway, we're excited to be here. We're excited to be part of Seriale, and we really hope that you guys enjoy Detention Adventure.
So yeah, what inspired me to make horror? To be honest, I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I always wanted to make a horror series, and we think the genre is perfect for building mini stories in a relative short time and have a big high impact for the viewer. the reason why nobody's talking in our first 2 episodes is because those were our first 2 short horror films, and we wanted to try and create tension using the visual language and of course the music. Another reason is because we filmed this during Corona times, and since we had no budget and we had to make a real concise hygiene concept, it was pretty tough. So we thought, okay, let's try not to do voice. But I think the most important one was that we didn't want to use any subtitles, and trying to make horror films, short horror films, without voice, it's international. So anybody can understand it. They don't have to read. They just watch it, hear or listen to the music and get scared. With the third movie, we wanted to try something new, I like movies like Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity, so I thought maybe we can do something like found footage movies. And I mean, it's very common when you watch on YouTube. Many persons, many people make movies with their phones right now. It's very short and very effective. So we tried to take this approach and make something different. Actually, we are not all fans of horror movies. I'm not a big fan of horror movies. They all are big fans of horror movies, but actually we had to do a lot of research, so I had to watch a lot of horror movies during this time. But I was actually really excited because I think with the horror genre you have a lot of creativity freedom. Creativity freedom. So I thought it's something that's good for me and something that will push me to expand my horizons. Why not? And actually now I like also horror movies, so I guess that's a good thing.
Hallo, bonjour, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, kia ora, hola, buongiorno, and здравствуйте. Welcome to the second red carpet event for the 7th Die Seriale. This year we are staying online, but our festival is as festive as ever. With 50 series, 9 pilots, several pitches, and many guests from 5 continents, Die Seriale is making a great impact. In the next 2 hours, I, Dasha Solovieva, will present to you over 120 guests and introduce you to their work. This is slot 2, so you've seen a little bit and some of the creators, and so make yourself comfortable, get a nice summer drink, and enjoy our red carpet event. Let's go! We are starting with the series Emmy and Christine, and we have a very spontaneous guest live on the red carpet, the only one, but this is such a nice feeling. Marco Eisenbart.
Hello. Hi.
The other guests from Emmy and Christine are Anna-Marlene Wirth, Elena Harlang, Regina Grimm, Kevin Silvergita, Philipp Boos, Luana Almeida Perez, Paul Williams, Marco Eisenbach, wie schon erwähnt, und Anna Regensburger. Hallo. So, our first question to you is, the whole show was a series of unexpected turns and endings. Where did you get your inspiration from? Hello?
Sorry, I was so excited to see Marco literally on the screen. I'm so sorry. Can you say that question again, please?
The whole show was a series of unexpected turns and endings. Where did you get the inspiration from?
Okay. So there's two things. There's the story that we brainstormed. I'll come to that after. But before that, why these unexpected endings is because myself, and I think I can speak for Elena as well. We're like series junkies, and I'm a huge fan of cliffhangers. So it was quite exciting for me to basically write and create and create the story with those 2 female main characters as well. Emmy and Christine, I don't know, it's something that we like to watch ourselves, and we also wanted to see 2 female characters in situations like that, a bit more like completely bizarre and what the F sort of stuff. So that it just all came together in that sense. We got our heads together, we started brainstorming, and we just got really excited, and it just kept rolling. We're like, oh my God, we have to write this. It's so exciting. Yeah. And Elena keeps saying, like, at the beginning, we were like, can we even do this? And then we just said, no, let's just for fun write it at least. Whatever we want to write. And then it actually ended up like a lot of it coming true. Like, we were able to get a lot filmed. We didn't have to compromise too much. So that was interesting, yeah. Anyway, a few things there, yeah.
And my next question is, while watching, I couldn't figure out why Magdalena wanted exactly these women originally, where they were, were they really supposed to be just prostitutes?
Elena, do you want to answer that? Otherwise, I really quickly do that. Magdalena, ordered escorts. So Emmy thinks it's proper prostitutes, but it's a bit more like there's quite a good scene in Frankfurt of escorts and stuff. So we were writing a little bit about that. And it's escorts, and she did order them, yeah. A woman ordering to, like, or bestellen, I don't know, order to women, yeah. Yeah, order to women, that's it.
And my next question is to Marco, since he's with us now. How free were you during the filming as director of photography?
Basically, not to say I could do whatever I want, could do whatever I want. Anna and Elena writing it, and also Gina directing it. They gave me a lot of freedom to be creative and to bring my own vision into it, be it the lighting concept or the angles I chose. There is this one, the opening scene of season 3 that was really important to me, and it took like forever to film, but they were so kind to let me do my camera thing, and allowed me to really put my stamp on the whole series and tell my side of the story.
Splash some money, you're saying, basically.
Yes, thank you very much to the team of Emmy and Christine. Good luck for the upcoming award ceremony, and special thanks to you, Marco, for being with us today.
Well, thank you. It was fun. All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. We're going on with our online guests. And the next guests are a series where we talked to one of the actresses already before. It's 2 minutes. And in our second slot, we have Maike Götz, Beate Maschke-Spittler, Daniela Zentner, Josefa Herbst, Lisa Müller, and Kevin Silva-Gita with us.
Hello.
Hi, hello. This was Joachim. He's coming a little bit later. So hello, I can't see you, but I think when you start to speak, you show up in front of me. So my first question to you is, how important do you think are the comedic aspects in a series with a more serious thematic focus?
I think it's very important, especially for this topic, to have a more comedic approach to also reach a broader audience. Because when you talk about topics that are mostly relevant for women, it's often easily just put in a corner of this is a women thing, women series. And I think comedy always helps to reach a broader audience, and also to make the topic maybe more digestible.
Thank you. And my second question to you is, the series has a lot of educational elements. What was the intention from the beginning, or did the idea come by a little bit later? How was the idea behind it?
I got onto the project when the topic was already there, and I got onto the project. And for me, my approach to the topic of pregnancy and reproductional rights was a very political and feminist one. So this is maybe why it seems to be educational. But it was obviously like I didn't want to talk about getting babies and just like this. It's there because it happens in a context, and in a political context, and in a female context, and there's so much stuff to it that is not talked about that I thought this was the most relevant part of the topic.
Thank you very much. Thank you to 2 minutes. Good luck in the further award ceremony. And we once again have a little break. Stay with us. We're back in just a few moments, a few seconds. like in the first slot. So we're going on with our next series. And it's Ixa from Spain with Eguiz de Ibarguitia. I really hope I tell it right. And Unai Portilla.
Well, Unai is not here, but he has to say that thank you to the festival, also me, but all the team of Isha. Thank you to all the festival for having for this opportunity and for having Isha in the Seriale. We are so happy with the nomination, and well.
Great to have you with us. My first question to you is, are the episodes related to each other or are each of them independent?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the main points of the series, that we have 6 completely independent episodes. Each of them happens in a different place with different protagonists, actors, and also histories. But they have something in common, that is the time, the way we see or we use the time, something that is kind of fictional, because we cannot touch the time, we cannot see the time, but everybody or each of us can see or appreciate the time in a different way, and that's one of the points of the series. And all these episodes has in common that each of the characters sees the time or perceives the time in a different way.
And what was your idea in designing the series specifically for Instagram?
Well, this series comes from the university. This was our career final project, and we start investigating all how the people nowadays consumes or watch the fiction, and most of them watch them in Instagram or mobile phones. So we thought in making something just exclusively for Instagram or for the mobile phones, but especially in vertical, trying to tell these stories in a different way.
That's very nice. Thank you. Good luck for the upcoming award ceremony.
Thank you.
Our next series is To Lock a Thief with Mia Rogelsek, Anna Blanchard, Silvia Cabanas, Josef Riera, Landa Otaolo Aregi, Francesca Sofientini, and Roger Casas Alatriste. Hello. Are you with us?
Hello.
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 Hey.
Hello. So my first question to you is, why is the main character so often in the perspective where he always look into the camera?
Pep, do you want to answer that? It's quite direct to your...
No, please explain you.
Well, it has a lot to do with the actual, the design of the production, because obviously well, not obviously, the budget was a little bit limited, so we needed to tell all the stories from one perspective. Sylvia can tell us a lot about that because she's the director of production of the series. And yes, we need to solve all the narrative aspects of the series from one single point of view, which is the mirror of the cell in which the two characters are locked in. Sylvia, I don't know if you want to add something to that.
No, I absolutely agree with you.
As always.
So if nobody wants to add something, I will go to my second question. And it is the show supposed to make allusions to other prison series like Orange is the New Black?
Well, it actually makes a reference to another series, another production by Viacom, which is To Lock a Thief, which is a remake from the classical Hitchcock movie, which was remade in a TV series, an Argentinian Spanish co-production that was produced a couple of years ago. And so this was a spin-off of a character who was actually caught by the police and locked in the first episode of the long form series. And so the idea was to tell what was his life like once he was caught. But yeah, no, there's no reference. There's not like a direct reference to Orange is the New Black regarding the. clothes that the characters wear.
It's a comedy.
Oh yes, we can say it's like a screwball comedy trapped within a 4 square meter cell.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry that not every one of you can answer something, but since we have many guests here, we have only a limited amount of time. So we have to go to the next series, which has, again, many, many guests. In the second slot, we have a little much more guests. The next series is Miliz, with Miguel Abrantes Ostrowski, Louis Lübs, Zara Thiessen, Jana Böhnisch, Luisa Rauschert, Corbinian Weber, Thomas Spitschka, Fatima Arezoveye, Wouter Wirth und Moritz Adlon.
Hi everyone.
Hi. You're so many, that's great, but I'm really sorry that not everyone can have a second in the red carpet. So my first question is, Miliz is full of heart, but also funny quotes. Could you always stay serious during the production? And how many outtakes due to bloopers did you have?
Well, what we actually both found out that making a comedy is a way to shoot films and at the same time have a lot of fun. We also shot a lot of serious movies before, and we found out making a comedy is a great way to make films and at the same time build friendships. Yes.
Thank you. And the second question will be, what is the meaning of the ending scene? Did Helmut really lose all his friends?
Yes, I think so. We also think that Helmut, on the way of his whole process, the storyline that we're telling, he makes friends, yeah. But in the end, he has to find out, when I'm an asshole, in the end, I'm alone. And so there is a world in which he could be friends with those people, but he has to become a better person. Yeah, he has to change for this.
Of course, this is a very wise message that you have. And Miguel, the actor of Helmut, is with us, I think. At least he's announced.
We haven't seen him, but Louis Lübs, the actor of Elvis, is here. Miguel is maybe still on train, so we don't know if he is online.
Oh, yes,
Louis
maybe.
is online.
Yes, maybe. Okay, then thank you very much. If any of the actors would like to add something, this is your moment.
Louis, say something. No. Okay. Nice try. Thank you for having us.
Okay, thank you for being with us again. I'm sorry. And we're going to our next series, which is Neptunia, with a person with a very Disney-like name, which we all know from Beauty and the Beast, Gaston. Hi, you're still muted.
Why?
Now I can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes, I hear you
now. Okay, perfect. Yes, I have a Disney name. Not in Uruguay and in Argentina, it's like common, but I know that here in Europe, it's like, oh, your name is like the villain of the Beast, the Beauty and the Beast. It's right.
Yes, every time I see your name, I immediately have the musical in my head, so it's really fun.
Yes,
so my first question to you, you're here with Neptunia and Backstage, actually.
Yes, 2 series, yes.
But right now I have the questions for Neptunia. I hope they are next in the next card. So my first question is, how did you came up with the idea to produce Neptunia?
The idea of the film, well, that was like, we want to share Neptunia, the place, really exists in Uruguay and have really strange stories in that place. Happens a lot of things, good things and bad things. and we always want to write something to make some comedy about these rare and strange things that happens in that particular place in Uruguay. So we start to think in something with comedy and absurd and etc. to do this, and we thinking like in a summer vacations of 4 friends that go there and spend time together, and some crazy things happens. So we want to put an Neptunia that really exists in Uruguay in a story and put all this craziness of facts that happen there in a comedy story, in a horror comedy story.
That's great. And my second question is, did you shoot Neptunia during the pandemic? And if yes, which problems did you face with it?
No, Neptunia, we shoot it on years ago, but no, we don't shoot it in the backstage. Yes, backstage was the series that we shoot it in the pandemic. And we have a lot of problems, of course, because the shooting in the pandemic is like really crazy. One of the actors that have a problem with COVID in the past, we have to make like a special place for him, a special routine for him, for all the team, and was really crazy because he was like the food and everything go to his place. Somebody knocks the door and give him like from the bottom of the door the food, like he was a strange monster that is in a cabin. But it was one of the crazy things that happens to us, of all the things that happened to us in the backstage production during the pandemic.
Thank you, Gaston.
Thank you.
I hope everyone are safe and we're safe, and their families too, during this pandemic. We're going to the next series, which is an Australian series, but the creators can be with us today since they're in Spain. They're Luke, Eva, and Maria Abinana. Hello, Luke, Maria, are you with us? That's very sad. I hope they maybe come a little bit later. And we go on with a series that I already talked to yesterday. It's Buschka Discovers Germany, with Jörg Buschka as the producer, director, and Stefan Pohl with the camera. Hi, you're still muted?
Hi. Hallo, Dasha.
Now I can hear you. Hello. Hi, Jörg. Hi,
nice
Stefan.
seeing you again.
So my first question to you is, was it frustrating when people didn't want to get interviewed by you?
I mean, it's normal that during we have our 15th anniversary this year.
Oh,
and thank you very much. And it's always like 50% of the people are not responding normally. But this time we had this only sometimes in the cities when we were doing Vox Pops. The people we were meeting, the protagonists, they were talked to in advance. I talked to them in advance.
And my next question is, how do you feel with so many people, mostly strangers, sharing their personal experiences with you?
I would like to hand over this question to Stefan. I would like to hear his perspective.
Oh, I think it's more a question for you. I think it's more you topic because it's not so camera-like. But I can say for myself that I had many impressions and also took a lot of information for myself to have another view on the history of the people and the feelings of the people from the eastern side of Germany. So for me, it was to have a better understanding what happened there and how the evolution took place. Yeah.
Yes, this is what I think as well. I mean, the whole story is about being interested in how this other Eastern Germany to me as a Western German guy is. I was it was all open. The whole concept was open, and it was many surprises.
Yes, historically a very important work you did. Thank you, and good luck for season 3 and season 4 and all the other seasons. Our next series is Fake Life with Victor Iemini and Giuliane Arqueo, who are the editors, and Alexandre Paes-Lehme.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
It's just me now because they're working right now.
Ah, okay.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
So my first question to you with Fake Life is, was there any case of identity that served as inspiration, or was the story 100% fictional?
Yeah, is 100% fictional, and actually is the story is about, no, my sister, the actress, Fernanda, the actress, she's a real actress, and she's herself in the series. That's the only thing that's 100% real. But everything after that of the series, we are fictional.
Fake, like in your title, Fake Life.
Yeah.
And my second question is, did the making of the show make you rethink your Instagram usage?
Yeah, of course. And change a lot for us because probably the Instagram call us to work with him. Now we are working another series from Day. And in the series is something that is not, we don't put on the synopsis, is this, all the characters of the series have Instagram accounts and interact in the time that the series are released. And this is pretty awesome that get a lot of people interactive with us. Fake Life have a lot of views here in Brazil. It's more than 7 million views in Brazil in the 9 episodes. It's awesome.
Wow, congratulations. Thank you and good luck for the award ceremony.
Thanks.
My next guests are from the series Noir Brothers with Danielle Gangemi, the creator, scriptwriter, screenwriter, and director, and Caterina Maria Grillo, production coordinator and sound engineer.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi, hello. So, my first question to you is, why did you decide to start the episode in black and white?
Okay. Sì. The reason is
I imagine that is to show that the mood of the series is a 50 noir series, genre series, and so the choice of white and black was about the mood of and a link with the 15. Yes, of course.
Per dichiarare il genere.
It's a declaration of a genre, and so we used it just to declare it at the start of the episode.
Wow, very thoughtful. And my second question is, while watching, the viewer can really notice a great sound design.
Thank you.
Ms. Grillo, you as the sound engineer, why do you think the sound is so important in your pilot?
I mean that sound is important anyway, but in this spatial pilot, I mean that the sound gives also rhythm to the series. If you just saw the trailer, we had a very special music edition built for this series because it's in part lyrical, in part a rap, and I mean that also with the sound it was very challenging because I don't know if you view it, there is a scene totally shooted in an harbor, a real harbor, and so for anyone that knows as to the the difficulty that we had to shooting in an harbor because of sounds and of course seagulls and boats and sounds of every gender.
Ci piacciono le cose semplici.
Of course, we like simple stuff.
Many thanks to you, Daniele and Katerina. Good luck.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you to the organization and the jury. Thanks.
Thank you. Our next series is Finders Keepers with Oliver Krause and Laura Sophie.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi. Is Laura also here?
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. So my first question to you is, the three main characters do not really know each other in the beginning, but they are all in similar situations of life. Don't you think this could be a good requirement for a great friendship?
Oh, you wanna answer it, or?
No, you go first.
I think yes, that's what the pilot actually is about. Three seemingly, I mean, they are associated with each others because they're in a club together. They do sport shooting together, so they know each other kind of. But through the incident that they find this money, which is kind of illegal, they become partners in crime, and that over the course of the series hopefully will lead to a sort of friendship. But I think it's kind of a friendship where you depend on each other no matter what. So you want to add something, Laura, maybe?
No, not really. It's just it's interesting when you get like together, like when you have a secret that is connecting you. But maybe we'll see how this goes on with these three people.
So this is kind of my next question. It is, are we going to find out who the person behind the computer is?
I mean, this is what series are all about, right? You have a cliffhanger, and you want the audience to go, oh, what's next? So, I mean, we have to say this is the pilot for a series, so we are looking forward to develop the whole series, and of course there is this great antagonist who will be revealed over the course of the further episodes, but that's still the future. So first of all, we have to do the next episodes, and of course it will be revealed.
Yes, great. Thank you so much. Good luck with developing the next series. I hope we see more from it. And good luck for the award ceremony. The next series is the Glivensburg Chronicles. I hope I tell it right, with Emily Tomassi and Frédéric Fauché.
Yes.
Guten Tag.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Your pronunciation is very good. Glivensburg. Perfect.
Thank you. I really tried to do it right. So my first question for your pilot is, was it difficult to film a pilot that is set way earlier than the current time?
I'm warning you, I'm going to speak in French because my English is rusty. Donc, so, my translator, Fred, va essayer de transcrire mes mots.
Okay, so to be sure, you want to know if it's difficult to shoot a film, an historical film?
Kind of. The question is more, how is it to shoot in modern times, not modern topic?
Ok, yes. Tu as compris. Est-ce que c'était difficile de filmer dans une époque contemporaine un film?
Oui, yes. On est obligé de trouver forcément des endroits encore vierges. Comment on dit vierge?
We have to find areas without urban, not so developed, and with a little bit of nature, etc. And it's a little bit difficult in the north of France because there is a lot of population here.
Yes. And on avait quand même pas mal œuvré sur tous les aspects historiques sur différentes créations. Et du coup, on a pu quand même partir sur quelque chose de, sur une bonne base en fait.
With our association of production association, we in the past did several shows, historical shows with a lot of costumes, a lot of production designs, etc. So it was more easier for us to shoot in this way because we built some items like productions, etc., costumes, and day after day, it's more easier.
Et j'ai fait beaucoup de recherches aussi sur la région pour trouver pas mal d'endroits encore typiques.
And Emily searched a lot in our area, local area, to find some good place to shoot.
Yes, with the place, this is my next question. Is Glivensburg based on a real place?
Est-ce que c'est basé sur une
Non, Glivensburg, it's un mot inventé.
Glivensburg is a completely invented name, but it looks like several places in the past time. You know, it's for example. One village was in this way.
Ça réunit des histoires communes de
yes,
notre secteur.
We merged some details from several villages.
Yes. Merci, Emily. Merci, Frédéric.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going on with our next series. It's Freedom Farm Sanctuary with Thalia Finkel, Ilana Diamant, Jana Sofia, Mantegrosh Amara, and Omer Shada.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Great to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm Thalia Finkel. I am the director and producer of the Freedom Farm series. And we have here only Jana Sofia, which is one of the characters. You can say hello.
Hi.
Jana.
Hello.
Hi.
Jana.
And we are in Israel. And we also have Omer Shadar, the editor. You can say hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Yeah.
So my first questions to you are, not only the animals, but also the people tell their own personal story. How did you get the idea of each volunteer having their own episode?
Eigentlich jeden Tag an den Tankstellen wird gezeigt, dass das nicht geht. Wir hatten Preisschwankungen.
Excuse me, Luis? Okay. Yes. I'm sorry for the small... yes. Should I repeat the question or...
No, I got it. So the idea came because actually like to make a series about the farm is consisted of many individuals, and I actually wanted to show the stories of the individuals, and so the individuals are animals and people. So I was looking for pairs of animal and like an animal and a person that shared like the same challenge of like how they go along with their body or with disabilities or with being different. And it's important to say for people that still haven't seen the series that the Freedom Farm, the Freedom Farm Sanctuary in Israel, it's the first sanctuary in Israel that saved animals from the food industry. And animals that are tossed out from the food industry, they also have some defects, so they are not worthy for the industry. So their defects and challenges and like disabilities that people have, they are very much connecting them together. So this is how I made the pairs.
Thank you. And Jana or Omer, do you want to add something to Thalia's point?
I'm fine. yes, it's fine. Just my dog. About it's my because when we started to speak about animals, my dog. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so lovely.
So anyway, I can say that the idea behind the series is to show the animals like individuals, like we treat our dogs, our cats, our pets. So nobody usually is a friend with a goat or with a cow. So in this series, you can actually see these animals and get to know them in like their best way.
And which animal did you love most when shooting? Maybe every one of you can tell their favorite.
Which I like the most? That's like a very surprising question. I think I love the most Ronnie, the baby kid that was rescued from a Passover sacrifice. I think is my favorite.
And Omer, which one was your favorite?
No, I was connected to more to the people and less to the animals. Mm-hmm. And I think I liked Billy the most. I liked editing Billy the most.
That's the main point.
Because he had the most. The story of him was, for me, was it was perfect. It's like from any point of view that you could see, it was perfect. So it was, for me, it was also easy but interesting to edit it.
Oh, this is very nice. And Jana, since you were the protagonist and a volunteer at Freedom Farm, who was your favorite animal at the Freedom Farm?
Of course, as my storytelling was my chickens, of course. This is the best animal that I love. And
thank you, that's really lovely and wholesome. Thank you to Freedom Farm Sanctuary. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. The next series is The Kid's Dream with Nico Mickey, Fernando Milstein, Herman Figueroa, and Mariano Svi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, hello.
Hello,
welcome.
hello.
My first question to you is, the whole time while watching the show, I wondered about what the kid was dreaming. Why did you decide to not show his dreams on screen, even if the title is The Kid's Dream?
Yes, it's because what the kid dreams is so spectacular and has such a big impact on the life of anyone who sees it that it was impossible for us to recreate it. And also because it's a comedic series, and it was more interesting to see what happens to the characters than what is actually dreaming. And also because of the budget, I think. Right, Nico?
Yes, that's true. Originally, we wished to show the kids' dream, but we have not the real possibilities to shoot what he was dreaming. So we always said that the imagination is more powerful than everything that you can show in the screen. So we believe that not showing his dreams will be better, and we believe it was a good idea.
And have you used any of your own dreams, or was it fictional?
Maybe Far can answer that.
Yes, I relate to the kid that he dreams spectacular dreams, but he don't remember them. So part of the idea of doing this series was that I have these dreams where I keep dreaming just to know how the story ends, and as soon as I wake up, I start forgetting it and I can't grasp it, and I would like to see my own dreams. I would love to see them. So that's the starting point for the idea.
Thank you so much. Dream on, and good luck.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Our next series is Gin Gin Pom 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 Pommes, with Katrin Frech as the creator and Anna Maria Palke, also creator. Hello. So, yes, you're still muted.
Hi.
Hi, now I can hear you. So, my first question is, your series is very unique, to say it at least. How did you come up with these two very special characters?
Good question. I think to a certain part it's just us in a way, spending 1 week together and drinking a lot of energy drink. Actually just energy drink, and then this came up.
Yeah, and we watched a lot of Tiger King before that and wanted to create characters and do something with westerns, but we didn't want to use cowboys, so there were the two champion rowdies that weren't cowboys anymore, but yeah, champion rowdies who just live their life, and yeah.
Energy drink and Tiger King, that's a great mixture. And what got you into creating a mockumentary? You kind of said it, but were there any more aspects?
I think we just watched 2 or 3 films which worked similar, and we really loved them. And then we were absolutely, we wanted to do the same thing and wanted to do a cool mockumentary, which is absolutely trashy and weird. And I think this happened then also.
It just kind of happened and became what it is now. It's a mystery. We really don't know.
That's very funny. Thank you so much. Good luck for the upcoming award ceremony. And my next guest is a stable at die Seriale. Joachim Jung with The Man for Your Sins. You're muted again, Joachim.
Now, okay. Hello and hi.
Hi, now I can hear you. Welcome.
Okay, cool.
Welcome back to Die Seriale. You were here already on Friday.
That's true. I was there in person, actually.
Yes, it was very nice to see you here.
Thank you.
My first question to you is, where did you get the inspiration for all the different storylines from? Because it's not the first season, but more further.
Yes. Well, it's a priest in a container, and he listens to confession. And I think there are just so many stories, and I'm just thinking about in my head, and then the stories come out. But I think these are natural processes. I just imagine, a sin, somebody has a sin, and what would happen when he comes and has to confess the sin. So somehow just flows out naturally.
And in 2020, you won our Audience Award. Congratulations again at that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How does it feel to be nominated for Die Seriale again?
Oh, it feels great because this year I'm nominated for Best Script Writing, and I've never been nominated for Best Script Writing, but I think I earned it, I have to say. So it feels very good, I have to say. I'm grateful, of course, very grateful to the jury, whoever decided it. So that was great.
Yes. This was a great answer. I really liked that you're being very confident. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next series is Tony with Malena Filmus. Malena, are you with us? Maybe due to technical difficulties, another great guest is not with us now. So we go on with the series Heat with Martin Winkler, Mandy, Lim, and I don't know if they're here, Luca Hollestelle, Anwar Enali, and Tara Hetaria.
Hello, everybody. I'm Martijn.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Mandy.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi, I'm Anwar.
Hi. So, my first question to you is, as far as I remember, there was not a single mention of global warming in Heat. Am I wrong, or was it really your intention not to bring up the term and not to refer to the heat wave in the series to global warming?
Yeah, that was very intentional. I wanted to create a story to stick with our characters, be with them, really close with them, and as this is happening around them, they don't have all the information. They don't know exactly what's happening. They're just in the here and now. So that perspective of the story is both very exciting, but also very nerve-wracking, and maybe creates a more compelling story about the here and now. And about the effects of climate change, which are not far away in icebergs and global, but it's something which can happen to everyone living our normal lives.
Yes, and Heat was produced while the corona pandemic was already ongoing. Which problems resulted due to it while you made the series?
It was really tough. We had to rewrite our 12 episodes because when we didn't plan to shoot this in the pandemic, obviously. So just before we wanted to go into production, the pandemic hit. So we rewrote it to have social distancing in place and be able to shoot it. We simplified a lot of the parts of the story. So that was me as a screenwriter adapting it, and Mandy from production can maybe tell you a bit about what we did in production to make it possible. Is she still there?
Mandy, are you with us?
No, she's not. I guess then what we did we really had to simplify. So and one of the major concerns was that at the heart of the story, it's a love story of a boy and a girl meeting each other, and then middle in the pandemic, of course, because of the rules, they couldn't even touch or kiss. So how do you tell a love story with two characters who have to stay apart? And things changed a bit during the whole pandemic, so we could get closer. There was testing, so there was rewriting while we were shooting. So it was really a lot of hassle. So maybe Anwar is still here. He's the actor in the boy meets girl story. Maybe he can tell you a bit about it. Or is he?
Yeah, it was difficult, but it was also an adventure. So getting to know how you have to react on the whole situation of COVID. So yeah, it was.
Yes, many thanks to your answers and good luck. So our next series is Top Dogs Homicides with Pierre-Luc Miville.
Guten Tag, bonjour.
Hi, bonjour. My first question to you is, you shot Top Dogs in 2020. Again, a similar question like to many people. Did you face any problems, or what problems did you face due to the pandemic?
Well, we were pretty lucky because we shot it in early January in Montreal. So we were not lucky because we were freezing our asses off, but the pandemic broke off just right after. So again, I was pretty lucky because I could concentrate on working from home on editing and doing polishing the final edits.
And which crime series inspired you to produce Top Dogs, or was it a total individual idea?
Well, I guess every crime series and movie everyone has ever seen, they all inspired this crime series we did. But that was for the first season, but the second season, you should look it up. We're working on it right now, and this one will be inspired by every child movie, every crime movie, even Breaking Bad. It's like it has many inspirations, and you look out for the second season next year.
Great, thank you, and good luck. Our next series is Untergrau by Fabian Freistühler, Max Keim, Kai Kreuser, and not sure if he's here, Max Jonas Vorbeck.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't think
Hello.
Max is here.
Ah, okay. So we have this information now. Hello, and Kai, or the other Max, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Yes.
Great, hello. So my first question to you, from Contagra, is the ending felt final due to the unexpected turn. Will this be the last season, or will there be coming something new?
Well, I think that has Kai to respond.
Well, it is the final season. The show ended, but for everyone who watched until the end, maybe look out for a post-credit scene to leave the entire show with a better feeling than the scene before the credits, maybe.
Thank you for the post-credits. And my next question is, the first season was aired way back in 2016, 5 years ago. How has the team dynamic developed, and how did you grow over these 5 years?
Kai, do you want to say something?
No, you can take this one.
I think the best thing about it was because we didn't have a lot of money and we did it over such a long time, we grew together as a family and we spent all the time together and we had so much fun. And I think that's something that you don't have with other, maybe, bigger budget projects, you know what I mean? So, everyone knew each other very, very well, and our director Kai, he just knew who we are and how we'd be the best in our role and our character. So that's the biggest, I think the best thing about it.
And you are nominated for best original score. What was the inspiration for the music?
Well, this is always a difficult question to answer for a musician and composer, but actually I would say the communication with our director Kai, was very inspirational for me. And of course the topic that we are trying to explain, and it's about homophobia. And this is a very strong feeling, and that was a great inspiration for me as well.
Thank you very much. Good luck for the upcoming award ceremony. And my next series has also a LGBT topic. This is Here I Come, Я иду искать, from Russia with Andrei Finochka.
Hi.
Hi, hello. And I think I saw Елизавета too.
Yeah, Lisa is here.
She's here with us. Елизавета Simbirska is with us too. So my question to you is, of course, the topic LGBTQ+ is not that big and mostly, sadly, hateful in Russia. What was your inspiration to make this positive approach?
I think the lack of positive movies about any kind of people in Russia.
And one of the main characters is coming from a very traditional family. Will we see another season how he will behave towards his family, towards his finding himself, finding his sexuality, or is it the end of Here I Come?
I think this is almost the end of the story of our main character. But yesterday we shot a trailer for our next season, and it will be about different character and completely different story.
And
stay tuned.
Totally tuned. I watched the whole season, and I actually have one more question. Is the first dialogue between Roma and Alex is kind of similar and mostly identical to the last dialogue. How was it used? Was it that it was made up, or was it metaphorical? Was it a joke?
I think it's because the first, it's a spoiler, but the first episode is a dream scene, like it's never happened. So the repeat at the end is showing viewers that it is a dream scene.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Thank you for having this little sneak peek. Yes.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much. And our next series is Forest League by Sergio Khalili.
Hello.
Hi, hello. Welcome back to
Hello.
our online red carpet.
Thank you.
Sergio was with us last year and is now again here. So you're nominated with 2 series and again with Forest League. So tell us, how was the year for you, and how did it change or inspire your work?
Well, there is a long story because I was working with another kind of things. I work with a factory, clothes factory, and then because of this work, I wanted to make another kind of clothes, another kind of fantasies like costumes, you know. And then I created this series just to work with this kind of fantasies talk about Brazilian folklore. And then I invented this product, this series, and well, it was my first work, my first series, my first job about this kind of things, you know. And this was my inspiration. And then I transformed my life because now I'm not working anymore in the factory, only with the series about that, you know.
And your animation, Forest League, is a very child-friendly animation with superheroes, but it is totally inclusive. It doesn't depend on the skin color or disability. What was your idea and your inspiration to make such a nice and lovely animation series?
Yes, this is my biggest inspiration, because there is something that makes me feel so bad is when we look to the people, like black people or people those that have disabilities. We look like them. We look to them like victims, and I don't want it. I want them to be strong. I want them to be like everybody. I want to see them like nature. That's it. And I don't want. Let me try to make you understand me. I want them to be not only like I said, not victims. I want them to be. I want everybody, the humanity, to see those kind of people like what they are. They can do everything they want. They can be whatever they want. We don't have to see them with differences. This is what I'm trying to do with my heroes, and also to the humanity. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm working for.
Thank you very much, Sergio, for this inspiring message and for your inspiring and so kind work. So
thank you very much.
Our red carpet is coming to an end already. It was gone so fast. Thank you very much to everyone who stayed with us, who tuned in, and who watched all these great creators. Let's show them some love. I'm just clapping for every single one of you. And now, stay tuned. The main event is coming now. It's the award ceremony. And the winners, I'm waiting for you in my after show, where I can congratulate and celebrate your wins with you. See you later. Bye.